As of late, I've been getting a lot of questions sent to me via Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and Google+, and on my blog. But a lot of these questions are actually really good questions. So what I decided to do now was start to answer some of these questions here on YouTube and throw them back on you guys so that you can help answer the questions as well in the comment section. So with that being said, let's get to our first question. This message comes to me by way of Facebook. This guy actually wished to remain anonymous, but he wanted to know if he overreacted or did the right thing. And this question goes a little bit like this. It's kind of long, so I'll kind of get through it really quickly. I need to know if what I did was right. Last night I was sitting in the Applebee's parking lot and watched a man coming behind me as he got out of his car and went towards the Applebee's. I noticed a Glock in his hand and then placed it in the back of his basketball shorts, get a cigarette, and then placed and pulled the shirt over the gun. I'm a concealed carry permit holder and the sight of a gun doesn't freak me out, but it does make me more aware. I watched his body language and it was apparent this dude was drunk. How he carried the gun in his hand and then placed it in the back of his shorts, you can tell he was drunk. I went around him as he talked to some limo driver. He came in, sat in at one of the tables, and then went to talk to a manager, then went back at the same table, then went back to the same table, then moved all the way over to the other side of the room and then went to the bathroom. I called the police and explained everything. He was intoxicated and he was arrested, or at least I think he was, when they put him in the back of the car. Did I make the right call by calling the cops, or was I overreacting? I don't want to seem like a puss, but I just don't think if you're in that mindset and with a gun, it can't be good. Well, in some places, you know what they say, snitches get stitches. But no, on a serious level, I don't think what you did was wrong. To be honest with you, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a group of people who would vehemently say what you did was wrong, more or less. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure that guy would have something to say about it, but off the top, I don't think there's anything blaringly wrong with what you did. A lot of times, you really can only assess the situation and then make a decision right there. Now, granted, some people may have just left, some people may have completely ignored it, and then I'm pretty sure there are a number of people who would have done exactly what you did. As far as I know, there isn't a state in the US that allows you to carry a firearm when you're drunk. I have to agree with you. I think I'd feel a little bit uncomfortable if I just watched a guy get out of his car with a Glock in his hand and then stick it in the waistband of his basketball shorts and he was blatantly drunk. It would make me feel a certain kind of way. As far as I'm concerned, you've got to be really brave or reckless or stupid to Mexican carry a Glock in basketball shorts. And then when you add alcohol to that, bravery turns into recklessness, recklessness turns into stupidity, and stupidity turns into, ah, damn, I just shot myself. Plexico. Now, if little Pookie with a wife beater and a tattoo of an ice cream cone on his face walks into the Applebee's and you just so happen to catch a glimpse of a gun in his waistband, and then you did the same thing, yeah, I think at that point you'd probably be overreacting. But in this case, you obviously saw a guy who was drunk, carrying a firearm, and then in a way that really makes a lot of people uncomfortable. And so at that point, I think I can't really fault you for making the decision that you did. Now, for me personally, I probably wouldn't have called the cops. I think I may have waited for him to do something a little more overt, but that's just my tolerance level. Some people's tolerance levels are a little bit different. And I'm not saying that you overreacted or your tolerance level is too low, but for me, you have to do something pretty overt for me to just call the cops. Basically because I've seen what somebody calling the cops on somebody who hasn't done anything can get that person. So for me, it would take a little bit more for me to have called the cops. Now granted, he would have been all over my radar and would have been lighting up my radar like the sun. I probably wouldn't have let him go out of my sight the entire time. But I cannot say, once again, that what you did was wrong. At least me personally, I don't think what you did was wrong, nor do I think what you did was overreacting. With that being said, I want to toss the question back to you guys. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Do you think this guy overreacted? Do you think he did the right thing? Would you have done the same thing? Let us know, help the guy out, and we'll figure this all out together. With that being said, that's Mr. Colion Noir, and I'm out.